now wax pale. You know, so what we're gonna become stronger and stronger. You know, right? And we're not gonna be into that confusion. We're not gonna lose who we are. We're not gonna forget who we are, right? But when he seeth his children, the work of my hands in the midst of him, they shall sanctify my name and sanctify the Holy One of Jacob, and shall fear the power of Israel, which is YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI. They also that err in spirit shall come to understanding, and they that murmur shall learn doctrine. You know, and that's talking about us. That's the prophecy of us coming back to the truth. You know. This is Isaiah 26 and block it. Let's start at the top. Isaiah 26 and 1. It says, "In that day shall this song be sung in the land of Judah. We have a strong city, salvation with YAHAWAH a point for walls and bulwarks. Open ye the gates, that the righteous nation which keepeth the truth may enter in." Right? And that's and these gates are being open right now when we go out on the highways and byways and such. You know, when we teach, you know, that's the gates being open. You know, that's the Most High reaching out his hand for the nation of Israel, right? For the elect of the nation of Israel, right? "Trust ye in the Lord forever, for in the Lord YAHAWAH is everlasting strength. For he bringeth down them that dwell on high, the lofty city he layeth it low," right? And that's what he's gonna do to America. He's gonna bring this place low. He's gonna totally destroy this place, right? It says, "Even to the ground he bringeth it, even to the dust," right? "The foot shall tread it down, even the feet of the poor and the steps of the needy. The way of the just is uprightness. Thou most upright doest weigh the path of the just," right? So what he looks to us, you know, he actually corrects us, you know? He leads us in that right way, you know? And he has a microscope upon us in this truth, you know? Seeing what we're doing, how we act, how we react to certain situations. "With my soul have I desired thee in the night, yea, with my spirit within me will I seek thee early. For when thy judgments are in the earth, the inhabitants of the world will learn righteousness." You know, and they're gonna learn righteousness by his judgments. You know, that this it was wicked and evil to do these things. You know, to act this way. You know, to believe in this or that. You know, they're gonna know when that judgment comes. You know, they're gonna know that it was unrighteous for the Edomites, the Caucasians, to come over to America and kill off most of the Native Americans, put them on reservations, you know, bring Jake over here for slavery, you know, the Negro, Latino, the Southern Kingdom of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, you know, which is the Negro, the West Indians, and the Haitians, you know, and they had the Northern Kingdom in slavery too, you know, so they're gonna have to pay for that, you know. It says, verse 10, it says, "Let favor be showed to the wicked," right? The wicked is the Edomites, the Caucasians, right? "Yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord," right? So what? Hey, they're doing that right now. You know, they're doing it here. They're doing it in the land of Israel. You know, they're pushing that wickedness. They are the border of wickedness. You know, and they're not going to be, they can't get right because they were set here for that exact reason. You know, to be the wicked according to the Bible, right? The wicked of the Bible, the Edomites, the Caucasians, right? "Lord, when thy hand is lifted up, they will not see, but they shall see and be ashamed for their envy, at the people, yea, the fire of thine enemies shall devour them, right? And that's going to be a physical fire, you know, right? Lord, thou wilt ordain peace for us, for thou hast wrought all our works in us, right? So the Most High has allowed us to do this work, you know, so we can receive that salvation that these other people cannot receive, you know, because they were not the elect of the nation of Israel, you know. It says, and salvation is not for everybody. These other nations cannot receive that salvation, right? And the 2/3, they can't receive that salvation because what they were ordained for that destruction, right? It says, verse 13, it says, O Lord, our power, other lords besides thee have had dominion over us, but by thee only will we make mention of thy name, right? They are dead, they shall not live. They are deceased, they shall not rise. Therefore hast thou visited and destroyed them, and made all their memory to perish, right? Because when the only reason why this place was lifted up, like Egypt was lifted up to for a sign of what not to do, how not to live, you know. These people, you're not gonna remember these people, oh, they were on Instagram and they were living like this, and they this family was this person was with this family, and you knew this person by this and such like that. You're not gonna remember them, you know. You're just gonna know of their destruction, their end, right? And the reason why they got destroyed, right? It says, let me see, verse 15, thou hast increased the nation, O Lord, thou hast increased the nation, thou art glorified, thou hast removed it far unto all the ends of the earth. Lord, in trouble have they visited thee, they poured out a prayer when they when thy chastening was upon them, right? Like as a woman with child that draweth near the time of her delivery, is in pain and cry out in her pains, so have we been in thy sight, O Lord, right? Because what we're amping this up, we're ready for the destruction of America. We're ready for this place to go down, you know. We're ready to get the kingdom of heaven, to be in the kingdom of heaven, to be under a righteous power, you know. It says, we have been with child, we have been in pain, we have as it were brought forth wind, we have not wrought any deliverance in the earth, neither have the inhabitants of the world fallen. Thy dead men shall live together, with my dead body shall they arise. Awake and sing, ye that dwell in dust, right? And the dust is talking about confusion. For thy dew is as dew of herbs, and the earth shall cast out the dead. Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed, right? And that indignation is the destruction. You don't have to take pictures of me. You don't have to take pictures of me.
I mean, if you're gonna listen, if you're gonna be of His word and His word, you must be proud in it.
No, I'm happy
not.
about it, but I'm saying you don't have to take pictures of me.
No,
like,
but you're out here in the free world, the free society, which we have a free right to.
But what's the reason why? What's the reason why? Why are you being hostile? I just asked you not to take pictures of me.
Because if it is interesting, and then if you're going to spread it, maybe I want to share the news that you're saying.
I'm just saying, like, if you, I just want you to respect me, and if you take pictures of me.
You put yourself out the public.
Okay, you can go. Right, and these people like this, they're gonna die, you know? It says keep thy foot, it says keep thy, let's get it, Ecclesiastes, right? These people, because what, they actually see that we're out here serious, you know? That's why they do this. They see us of the Most High, you know? Ecclesiastes 5:1, it says keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of the Most High, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools, for they consider not that they do evil, right? And that's what he was just doing, you know. he wants to get all hostile, you know, because I say don't take pictures, you know. He's taking pictures of the sign, that's okay, but he's taking pictures of me. Like, there's no reason to do that, you know. We're not out here being celebrities and such like that, you know. But really, that was just to throw the truth off. We'll get back to it, right? Isaiah 26:20, it says, "Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed." Right? And that's when we're going to get beamed up into those chariots, the strangeness of our salvation. Right? It says, "For behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also that shall disclose her blood, and shall no more cover her slain." Right? So all this stuff, all the wickedness of the earth is going to be revealed. Right? Salakia. Right? Let me read that again. It says, "For behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also that shall disclose her blood, and shall no more cover her slain." Right? Right? And the way he does that is by pestilence, you know, by plagues and such like that. We're going to get some scriptures on that. Start at this is 2nd Ezra 15, and start at 11. It says, "But I will bring them." I'm gonna start at 10. Salakia. It says, "Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt." Right? And this is the land of Egypt. Right? It says, "But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof." And that's this land, you know. Right? And what those plagues as before, you know, like the certain diseases and such like that. Right? We're gonna get that. Right? And there's some demons out here. Like this one. Let's keep going. Verse 12. 2nd Ezra 15 and 12. It says, "For Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it." Right? And I'll bring one out. This is Zechariah 14, verse 12. It says, "And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem." Jerusalem is talking about the Negro, Latino, and Native American. Right? "Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth." And that's talking about those nuclear missiles. Right? And that's what's coming to America, right? Them ICBM missiles with nuclear warheads attached, you know? That destruction, right? It says, "And it shall come to pass in that day that a great tumult from the Lord shall be among them, and they shall lay hold every one on the hand of his neighbor, and his hand shall rise up against the hand of his neighbor." Right? Right? It says, "And Judah also shall fight at Jerusalem, and the wealth of all the heathen round about shall be gathered together, gold and silver and apparel in great abundance." So they're really preparing this, stacking up this gold and silver for us. Right? "And so shall be the plague of the horse, of the mule, of the camel, and of the asses, of all the beasts that shall be in these tents as this plague." Right? "And it shall come to pass that every one that is left of all the nations which come against Jerusalem shall even go up from year to year to worship the King, the Lord of hosts, and to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. And it shall be that whoso will not come up of all the families of the earth unto Jerusalem to worship the King of the Lord of hosts, even upon them shall be no rain. Right? Hey, it's gonna be tribulation for them, you know, if they don't want to get down, you know, if they don't want to serve us, which they will serve us, you know. It says when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. So they're gonna openly and want to serve us, you know. That's all I want to get from there. 2nd Ezra 15 and 13. It says, they that till the ground shall mourn, for the sea shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with a fearful constellation. Right? It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. Right? And that's talking about race wars, you know. That's talking about nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom, right? That's World War III, you know? It says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power, right? Going back to the plagues, more specifically, 2nd Ezra 15 and 4, I'm going to start at 5. It says, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Right? So what? We're just at that time where we don't have much time left, you know? And Jake got to get right, you know? We're talking about the elect of the nation of Israel, the 1/3 of the nation of Israel, right? That part of Jake has to get right, you know. The rest, there's no hope for any other ones, you know, anybody else, you know, because if you're a heathen, you're gonna go into slavery, you're gonna be destroyed, right? But if you're a 2/3 Jake, you're gonna receive that destruction.